The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your buddy, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy! I'm not your buddy, guy!
Is that like
Get ready, so get set, so hang on, so buckle up, so sit tight, so strap yourself in, so brace yourself, so keep your eyes open, so fasten your seatbelt, so stick around, so hang on, so get ready. You just have to be ready. Brace yourself. What you're about to see will open your eyes. The surprises never stop. So you better hang on, so get ready, so fasten your seatbelt, so hold on tight, so hang on, so get ready to get ready, and get ready to get real.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
All satellites operative, Captain.
You better take a look at this radar.
Okay, come on, people. Now they're just literally dicking with us. For reals? I came out here to photograph the moon in the daytime. It's out more than it is at night. And they decided to spray a giant... Well, you tell me.
But it looks like a giant.
Come on. Come on.
what's coming out of it?
Come on, people. This is just a clown. When are we gonna wake up? What's this called? Shoot the moon. I think they're gonna try to hide this now that I've exposed the I've exposed it. They've got one of their invisible planes.
It's already exposed.
Wonder Woman is in this one. If I can focus. Focus!
It all seems like there's a hand underneath the balls gripping it. Seriously.
All right, well, let me look at that. That's a really cool, whatever that is.
Oh, gosh.
We won't be able to... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. There's some cuppage. A definite cuppage. Hey.
Trying to get them, block the moon from getting any spray on it. What's going on here?
That's a moon condom.
It is a long, smooth shaft!
For those of you keeping score, the cloud cock, as we're now proudly calling it, has gotten larger, girthier, but still being held in a gentle caress by a little darker, just grayish cloud.
But with two balls.
You're all individuals! Yes, we're all individuals!
Clickety-click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the Fair Use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary. I say, moo. Last night, my wife said to me, I want you to undress me just with your words. I said, okay. There's a spider in your bra.
Satellite tracking continues.
Wow. Wow, hey everybody. It's Friday night. You made it. You did it again. Congratulations. You're on the top side of the grass. So if you can reach, pat yourself on the back. And what a joyous gathering once again. I'm so thrilled that I can be here and, well, I guess lead this gathering, but you all kind of steer it in whatever direction we end up going. So let's see. First thing I should do is find the camera button. It is
Clickety click.
Hey everybody, good to be seen by you tonight. Let's see, how's the hair tonight? Hair's not bad. I'd say it's in the top 4 of nights, so we'll go with it. You know what's funny about that? My wife and I have all these discussions that sometimes they spill over onto the show, and because I saw this thread, that you can find everything on Twitter, most of my show. And I found this thread that this guy was like describing, hey, I know the solution to why people have thinning hair or go bald and this, that, and the other. And so, I look at it because I know someone that might be interested in that information. And so I start scrolling through it. This is me scrolling, see? And I start scrolling through it. And basically he broke it down to diet, exercise, get sun, every single thing they tell you about everything to make you feel better. Well, except the 3-letter companies, they don't tell you any of that. And then of course buy his supplement. That was the kicker, right? It was a commercial, obviously. I fell for it, but hey, it was kind of fun going, reading through that all. And and my wife had said to me, actually, just the other day, because the discussion again, I don't know how, maybe Twitter's targeting me. It's not that bad yet. It's, I've never had the long hippie hair. Okay, that's it. But she said, if there was an actual pill or medicine or whatever that you could take that would grow hair, she said, everyone would be taking it and there'd be no baldness. And I was like, that is such a simple way of stating the obvious. Because yeah, if there was something, it would work. Obviously, none of these things work. Because thank you. It's a huge industry, I'm assuming, out there, along with other things that can fail. So, anyways, enough hair talk. That's all you'll get tonight that I can think of. So, let's see. What do we have here? Shoot, I can't find it. Again, I'm still having trouble finding my tabs. Well, I don't know. Is Patty here? We'll throw this one in. Okay. But that wasn't what I was looking for. I was looking for my oh yeah, my Super Friends transition. This okay, there we go. Yeah, clickety click, Val. Exactly. Everything. I can't find anything. They've changed this thing and I still have, and they keep changing it. Like, just stop. You know, I'm not like some 20-year-old that can like adapt that fast to all. I got it. Okay, put in 300 changes. Now let me work through those. But no, they keep changing. So my show sometimes, you know, misfires, but that's just, I guess, it's kind of become part of the show. So let's see. What are we doing here? And I also, you know, I wanted to start off by thanking this wonderful audience, chat, whatever you want to say, fans, the people that show up each week, and the people that comment, and the people that like, share, and subscribe, and the people that like, well, cover the send me real mail in the mail and emails, and it's just beautiful. It's wonderful. And the quick show part of it, if you'd like to support the channel, there's links in the description, Cash App in the comment section. And also my wife makes the most amazing soap that you ever clean yourself with. It's all natural. And she's got this little soap store. So there you go. If you're interested, that's another way. And then you get some out of it too. And then of course, how do we get out of this? Yeah. Then of course, lately the store, I put together a store like everyone does, you know, with the mug and stuff. And my store started out just because I wanted to buy this stuff and force my kids to drink out of a silly ceiling fan man mug. And then it just kind of became a thing. So I don't push it, but I have this banner behind me. And I did a giveaway and Jackie J won it. And I never heard from her. So if she does contact me, I'll still get her one. But I figured I put in the new members' names in here. And then I also got some PayPal sponsored people. And so I put everyone's in here again. And I figured I could draw it. And hopefully get someone that maybe will reach out to me and say, yes, I mean, maybe she didn't want it. I can understand that too. So, right? I did give her that option. You're going to draw? All right. I'll have the satellite wife come up and draw. So she's on her way up as we speak. What do I have for this? I don't know. Here she comes. Do I have a drum roll guy? I just have the rim shot guy. Okay. Oh, you got a name. Okay, she got a name. Ready? What do we have? Wendy. Yeah. And Wendy's usually in the chat. I don't know if she's here tonight. We'll keep an eye out for her. She is? Isn't she? Yeah. Okay. I might have even put her up on the screen. There's so many people now in the opening. So, are you here, Wendy? He's talking about you on screen. Oh, she might be here to pick it up. Okay, Wendy. So, is she there? I don't know. Well, wait. She'll show up there. Oh, is she there? Yeah, the pennant behind, if you want it, and then if you want, people were saying I could sign it, which I think is silly, but whatever you want, just let me know. Send me an email, Wendy, ceilingfanman2020@gmail.com. Okay. And I'll get that to you. Oh, there she is. She's crying. There's no crying in baseball. Why are we crying? Happy tears, I hope. So yeah. See that, Jeannie? I give stuff away and they cry. Oh no. Oh shoot. Okay. And then all right. So where were we? Well, you can't say that anymore. She says she never wins anything. Should I take it away from her? No. course not. Of course not. I know you don't understand. That was a very poor joke. Where's my guy? I can't find him. Here he is.
I don't care.
I don't use that one as often as I should. So, okay. And we got, what time is it? See, I got the clock. How we do this? So I can see the, ooh, how about that? Can you still hear me? Look at this. Shameless plug for Save Your Farm Soaps. All right. Enough of that. How you all doing? And I played that little video at the beginning because there are a lot of new people. And I've got a lot of videos that definitely should have won Emmys and Oscars. But, you know, I digress. And I don't know if a lot of people had seen that one. That one happened. Was that last year, hon? I think, or the year before, within a year or two. We were working outside, and of course, you know, I know the difference. There actually is no such thing as chemtrails, right? It's all contrails. Well, some planes made that contrail over our house. Literally, it was over our house for hours, and you saw it. It even got more larger and gorgeous. It was terrible, and yeah. So I thought I'd play one of those things. That's why I played that video at the beginning. And but let's get into this because you know we're burning daylight, as the second best cowboy says. Clint Eastwood was still the best, then John Wayne. There's no argument, so don't even bother. Okay, here we go. 1,000 tabs. Okay, and again, because I was a latchkey kid and I grew up on all these handlers. They call them idols, but I call them handlers now. And so in the time, we had some of the best movies, and whatever year this was it 1980, I think, or 81, somewhere in there. Maybe 82. But we had Superman 2, the best one. We had Star Trek 2, the best one. And I don't know, something else. But I think Raiders. I mean, we had some really good movies. But definitely, to me, hands down, the best interpretation of Zod there has ever been. And yeah, it looks goofy by today's standards, but you know, the special effects hold up, and I highly recommend that movie still. You were handled as well. Yeah, we're all handled. So was it 1980? Thank you, Jason. Thank you. So right, Susie Rathicon, the best. You can't beat that. They peaked. Okay. So enough of that. So his character, or wherever you want to say it, he passed away. And but this guy doesn't go away. So there's more news now on the Hulkster. So the Hulkster, apparently there's a 911 phone call that they're saying he died of malpractice. They're saying he went in for some minor surgery, which, you know, there is no such thing. My uncle has a joke on that. He told a doctor once when they said, we're just going to do minor surgery on you. He goes, are we doing it on you? Well, no, you're doing it on you. And he said, okay, if you do it on me, that's major surgery. If we do it on you, that would be minor surgery to me. So, so there's no minor surgery, but he went in for minor surgery and they messed it up. And apparently they're allegedly responsible. So, this story, I'll continue to bring you the news as we hear it. So just so you know, I forgot to play breaking news. But yeah, there we go. So coming soon to the theater near you. All right, what's next? And I can listen to his stand-up and his things all day long, but this one just really hit me. And Norm Macdonald said, it says in the history book that luckily the good guys have won every single time. What are the odds? That is some amazing odds, don't you think? I think so. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's see. And this one, because you're allowed to say things when you're parts of certain tribes. I thought this was fantastic. So this guy wrote, we should be making it easier to vote, like voting on your phone. not harder. And then Tony Moon writes back, thanks for effing up the stereotype that Asians are smart. I mean, I just had to share that because I thought that was pretty hilarious. So, but I don't agree with any of that. It shouldn't be allowed in a free society. We shouldn't talk like that. All right, what's next? And just wow, I'm having trouble speaking tonight. To continue on, this is only coffee, hon. Seriously. Yeah, there's no Irish in it. It's just coffee. Was it last week? I think I did a whole montage of these singers that no longer should be singing, and amongst them was David Lee Roth. And this lady apparently had also seen the same Twitter, TikTok videos that I saw, and B went ahead anyways. The regrets you have when you went to the David Lee Roth show, despite seeing all the videos on TikTok. And I'm not worried about a copyright strike on this like I normally would, because you would have no idea that he's singing, I think it's Panama. Oh, he's singing Hot for Teacher. I mean, maybe there they'd get the music, but let's go back to the solo. That's the best. We're talking about, for those of you that don't know, let's see, we'll go in here. If you come late to my show, this is the guy singing.
I don't feel dirty.
David Lee Roth. Okay, let's go back into this. It's still there. Am I still screen sharing? I hope. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'm not. Clickety click. Where'd it go? There it is. Now you tell me, can you hear Hot for Teacher? That's a good one. Sounds like he's hurting. Yeah. Ain't buying it. Hot for Screecher, says Ann. So there you go. I wonder how much his tickets were, because they make you pay for the chance of seeing your idols again, right? Nails on excuse me for snorting. Nails on a chalkboard. Okay, yeah, I'll stop, Dojo. Oh my gosh. So yeah, when you want a refund? Yeah. So anyways, we're gonna see. Anyways, fine. How about this? I really didn't want to talk about this article, but I couldn't get away from it. It's everywhere. And so, of course, Cracker Barrel has decided to remove, and this one blew me away. I never even thought about it. Of course, maybe that was just me. They removed the barrel and the cracker, right? That would be the cracker, right? If this is the barrel. But in a stunning, total stupid move, they took away all the iconic things that made this store, people want to go to, like a touristy thing almost, with the store in front and all the, as they would say in Yiddish, verkackte stuff on the wall and tchotchkes and knickknacks and all that. And no, they got rid of all of it, and they made it look like a Sims world. And of course, they got rid of the cracker and the barrel. And but then somebody said, I'm assembling a team. And so I thought that was pretty funny. But the thing is I know that's Uncle Ben, and I know that's Aunt Jemima, and I don't even know what her name is, Land O'Lakes Indian, which is super funny because the box is identical, but to not portray Native Americans in a bad light, they took the Indian or the lady away. And so now there's this missing spot. So they basically took the Land O'Lakes away from the native. right? I mean, the joke's right there. It writes itself. But does anybody know who this terrifying looking monstrous baby is, or this rat? Because I'm not familiar with them. So, and what do we got here? I gotta go look. I saw a color comment here. What is this? Dojo. You didn't have to stop at my account though. Oh, how did you know I was going to stop this show for that? That's hilarious. Thank you. God bless you. That's wonderful. So I really appreciate it. That's very, very kind. Let's see. I did stop. Let's see. Where are we? Let's see. I was looking to see if anybody, let me go back into this. Does anybody know who that terrifying demon child is and who the rat is? I guess it's an armadillo. Armadillo. So I don't know. Opossums, nature's garbage men. But do we know who they are? Maybe someone will. So very odd. I don't know who that baby is either. I guess nobody else does either. So, all right. So we'll keep on moving. Moving on. But yeah, he's assembling Avengers and putting together a team of all the ridiculousness that goes on out there. All right. And then, of course, the internet ran away with it because, you know, when they reinvent something and they rebrand it, and some people think it's not as good as the original. So there's that. I don't know why Juno's in the picture, just saying. But there's that. And then this one. And why they put Kathy Griffin with the clown from It, I don't understand that one either. But yikes. I don't even want to have that on my screen very long. It's just, what happened? That's not even real, is it? Ugh. All right. And then I didn't want to comment on this, but it's getting more and more out there. So, yeah, there's weird stuff going on with animals. Like they're trying to make it look like every zombie movie that you ever watched, you know, where the plague starts at the animals and they start looking like this. They got moles or whatever these growths are. But they're like, don't worry, it can't transfer to humans. But they say that, and then eventually they change their minds, I guess. So you got, I mean, there's just the hideous thing that's happened here. And now they got rabbits. They're growing tentacles out of their face. I know it's all AI. That's what I was trying to show. At least I feel it is. Because nobody's seeing this except over on these screens. So they want to see how well these stories are shared. And so I'm doing my part. But I'm telling you, it's all nonsense. No one I know has seen like this. I mean, come on. We can't tell the difference anymore between what AI is and what, quote, real life is, because it all comes on these computer screens. But this is real.
Favorite movie on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Step Brothers. Okay, hang on. Favorite color.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Blue.
What?
Oh my god.
No. Favorite food. 1, 2, 3.
Broccoli.
Steak. Did you say broccoli?
Yeah, I'm vegan.
Okay, but I'm using my discerning understand brain here. This is fake, and I know exactly why. I can tell you this is fake because not because of the separate camera angles or the obviously scripted dialogue, but she would have already told him she was vegan like before she got in the car. Anyone? Is this thing on? All right. Never mind. How about this one? Now, for those of you that are married, this is very helpful. And for those of you that are single, this is also extremely helpful.
2 inputs, Dawn and Laura, my wife Laura. Okay, if I'm wrong and Laura's right, this is a really easy one. Laura's right. That's simple. Thank you very much.
Yep.
That one seemed obvious to me. Believe it or not, from here, it gets complicated. Okay, if we're both right, it doesn't matter. Laura's right. Thank you very much.
Right.
That's the key. I would rather be happy than be right. That's what I'm...
I like
if
it.
I'm right and Laura's wrong, doesn't matter. Laura's still right.
Yes.
And if we're both wrong, Donna's wrong.
100%. 100%.
If you're a single guy, take out your phone and take a photo of this.
Absolutely 100%. So, all right. We'll see how well he likes me sharing that, though. We'll see. Can always have to cut it. Okay, what's next? I don't think I could go to high school anymore, Jeannie. There's no way. I struggle to try to find clothes that somewhat fit in. I couldn't do this.
My first day of college, my first day of school. This is my outfit. Yeah. We got on 2 jorts with it and shit. Polo on the drawers. Y'all can't be out here going to dorm rooms with Fruit of the Loom drawers. That's not valid at all. Different colors. We got, yeah.
What? Yo.
Jolly Ranchers on my wrist. My watch is a Laffy Taffy. Zoom in on
his watch is a Laffy Taffy.
the numbers. The numbers are colorful too. Different colors, different shades of green. I love green. Get my friends.
First day of school. I have these fat ass bands on.
Yeah. And stop wearing them big ass bands with skinny pants. It's all about proportions.
Oh God, dude.
I don't know. Yeah. I'd rather just like put on whatever they deem as stoner clothes and just find the like corner to be invisible. That's how I would get through. All right. And don't forget your Beats headphones. You don't notice anything weird about them. Just saying. All right. What's next? And this, I mean, nobody knows what the Leviathan actually looks like. But this allegedly was caught by a Japanese submarine. And again, how am I supposed to know what's real anymore? But they say we've barely scratched the surface on how deep the ocean is and what's down there. And I don't know what that thing is, but it's huge. I can't tell if he's happy or not. But so there's that. Or it's more just hocus pocus AI garbage to make us spin our wheels, chase our tails while, they crash the systems and whatever else they want to do. Who knows anymore? The alien invasion is going to come across these screens. We all know that. This one was cool. This guy, they actually talk about ether, and now they pretend it's not there and they call it something else.
Where a man attaches a copper wire and flies the drone up to about 115 meters and shows off the ether in action.
All right, I'm going to stop at 115 and hold steady. All right. It didn't blow up yet.
Oh, by the way, meet the aerial film crew. I just thought this was a cool shot.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting shocked right now.
This time I just used the electroscope as a quick voltage check.
Woo! Now that's a few thousand volts right there.
All right, let's see if there's enough current to make this Franklin bell work.
Oh, dude! Freaking working, buddy!
So just from that copper wire thing going to the top of the drone, he's getting this action.
Yeah. It's a really cool process. The aerial wire places a positive charge on this can, which then influences the foil ball to deliver electrons from the grounded can, which is directly connected to Earth. The clouds finally opened up, so I connected up the corona motor. Like before, one side was connected to ground, while the other was attached to the aerial wire. And after just a few seconds, hey, she's spinning! This is just remarkable. It never really spun that fast, but I just sat and enjoyed the miracle. I mean, I quite literally was siphoning energy straight from the atmosphere. This motor was operating off of several kilovolts, which you could actually hear if you stopped the motor and brought your finger near the aerial wire. That's the sound of coronal discharge. Not long after.
That's pretty cool. So whatever this world is that we find ourselves living in, it's all electrical. I mean, that's sort of one area that, in my mind anyways, science and spiritualness connect, because we're taught that we're a spiritual being. We're taught that if we learn how to use, well, they call it manifestation, but the power of God, if we learn how to do that through faith, Jesus says we can literally move mountains. And our little pea brains go, "That's no, it's impossible to move a mountain." But then he throws back at you, "You little faith," because in the stories, he was walking out on the water, and then I think it was Peter that did the same thing, until what? He looked down and then he started to fall, and he said, "Save him." And he said, "You have little faith," because somehow, like you can use the movie The Matrix, there is no spoon, and the little kid could bend the spoon because he learned how to manipulate that type of energy. And if everything is based on that, on energy, electrical charges, and depending on how they vibrate, frequencies, and what attracts different things, it becomes a person, or becomes this table, or it's all interconnected, literally, kind of like the Matrix idea. And so he's showing that invisible ether that is out there, that certain people know how to access, and we used to be able to, but we're learning each and every day, and eventually we'll come up with more understanding of how all that works. But I just found that fascinating, that you could actually see it in a visual, the power of the electrical charge that's all around us. So but as we know, okay, and what's going on with now my tabs are stuck. There they go. Okay. So yeah, hopefully y'all found that as interesting as I did. So, but then no matter what's going on in the world, just so you know, we're doomed. I tell you, we're doomed. Good to see you, 16 Alpha. So yeah, they harvest energy. I mean, I'm all into the whole plane thing too. I don't buy that they fill it with jet fuel in the wings, and no, I don't buy that. There's something else going on that they're not telling us. But will we ever figure it out? I don't know. Not in this life, maybe. But okay, let's go back into. That's why I had the thing, the end of that song, right? It's the end of the world as we know it, but I feel fine. And it's like, why do I feel that way? And that's because of the faith. Once I made that connection spiritually, I know God's there. I know he's listening, and I know he has my back. And so I know trouble will come my way, but I know that I'll figure a way out of it. And if I don't, he'll do it for me. So I feel fine. All right. Next. All right. We got this one. Let's get rid of that. And then all these occupations and stuff and protest and whatever, I get it. It's their right to do it. I haven't seen any change happen from any of them. I remember they were having all the truck drivers in Canada were like stopping and doing their thing. And I don't know, there's different protests all over. But now they're doing the Raise the Colors. And it's across London. They're getting rid of the Union Jack, and they're putting up that I think that was the Knights Templar. At least that's what I see. It's some kind of red and white cross flag, and they're taking those down. And then they're spraying it on all the crosswalks. So like this is going on in certain allegedly. I do have people that watch me from England, and I started to understand barely the differences. For those of us in America, we really don't know the difference between England, Britain, United Kingdom, the UK. I mean, there's so many different things, and I did some research to try to figure it out, because I was trying to understand what is going on with this flag thing, what they're actually kind of protesting. I'm not quite sure personally, and I could research it more, but again, it's all just theater. It's the stage, It keeps us occupied, and then they still do whatever they want to the different countries. I did like to see all the women that decided to, let's just say they used the front of them as the flag. That was a fun look, I guess, but that's about it. So Raise the Colors is going on right now. And did I have, where is it? I think it's on here. Let's look. Maybe I won't be able to find it. Yeah, I won't be able to find it. Darn it. It was on one of these where someone broke down the different countries and as far as what they are. I don't know if I still had that. Let me look. Did I keep that one? Let's see. Clickety click. Go here. And it'd be right there if I still had it. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. Hold on. We'll get that fired back up. Eventually. There we go. Where is it? Okay. I found it. Oh, wait, stop. Let's bring it over here. Okay. So go this and this and this and this. Clickety click. There. So see the what are these Venn diagrams or whatever this was? So you got the British Isles encompasses everything. Within that, you've got Ireland and Great Britain. And then within that, you've got the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. But Northern Ireland is also part of, I think, part of the United Kingdom. There you go. So there you go. That make it easier to understand. So you got Ireland's got two parts to it. Republic of Ireland, which is not part of the United Kingdom. It's ununited. And Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. And then you've got Great Britain, Scotland, Wales, and England. Well, Scotland, Wales, and England are all part of Great Britain. And then Great Britain is part of the United Kingdom, only with partial of Ireland. But they're all part of the British Isles. Are we good now? Yeah. Meanwhile, Canada should just be the 51st state and be done with it already, because they already are, basically. We'd have to add a star? Yeah. For what? Oh, for the flag. It would. That would mess it up. It's all even now. Get 10 more states. Well, are we getting Greenland? What about Greenland? Wouldn't that count? Greenland, Canada, Puerto Rico. No, I think we already have Puerto Rico. I don't know. I thought it was. Maybe it's not. Oh, it's an occupation. Maybe that's all. Yeah. That was weird. We just found out yesterday. If I was to ask the chat how many islands are in the Philippines, I'll wait and see what y'all say. How many islands are in the Philippines? We'll move on and then I'll look at the chat. This, and I'm not here to bash on Cybertrucks other than I think the Teslas are nice looking, but the Cybertrucks I don't get. And this guy, whoever they are, they took on the Rubicon, which apparently is a real tough place to get to. But it took him 8 days and help from friends because almost completely stock truck. Where is it? Shout out to the people and Wingman that got the parts sent in to complete the mission. So the thing broke down, and probably it's a 2-day trip that took them 8 days. And I just thought that it was interesting because he said he conquered the Rubicon, and this is like his definition of conquered is a little different than mine. So I thought that was pretty funny. So, okay, how we doing in the chat? Oh my gosh, yes. Jason Valencia, yes, there's over 7,000. Knocked me over. I had no idea there was anything close to that. I wonder what they call an island though. But 7,000, something else. Well, okay, but that's 7,000. I think it's well over 7,000. Yeah. So, and this I thought was well interesting, but it's also sad. For the first time ever, it's considerably cheaper to buy a new house than to buy an existing one. And so people that have houses are going to have trouble getting rid of them because the housing market has just jacked their prices up so crazy. The taxes that we pay on our house have almost tripled in the last 10 years. It's insane. It's weird how that happens. But so I don't know that all the pointers are pointing at some type of crash. When and how it'll happen, I have no idea. It's like saying Mount Rainier is going to blow up. Maybe one day, but there's a lot of firsts happening that are a little unsettling. So, and talk about unsettling. Now, again, YouTube, I'm just relaying the news. There's no way I agree. We're just anything that said on this show. Of course, we know he wears a red Kabbalah and he's part of the other side. But once in a while they say things, and oh, hang on, got somebody showing up late. Stephanie thinks she can sneak in here when I happen to look over there.
I don't feel turd. I don't feel turd. I don't feel turd. I don't feel turd.
So there you go. Yeah, so check out what because they allow certain things to go across the airways on purpose, but check this out.
And it started when I read a book by Diana West, who would be good if you interviewed her. And it's this all revisionist history of World War II. And you go, well, why would you want to read that? Well, it turns out I think the story we got about World War II is all wrong. Actually.
I think that's right.
Now, I don't know where this show airs. I would assume somewhere on the internet like mine. I mean, everyone definitely copied me. They all had TV shows and they all moved to YouTube. But listen.
And then I read about FDR, and FDR's right-hand man was a Soviet spy.
It certainly was.
Right?
And I got to tell you something. I've always said this about it, because when I was in my Trump days, I really enjoyed listening to this guy. And my wife and I used to joke and say, I want someone when I talk to give me the attention that he gives, at least the appearance. But he's not done yet.
And therefore,
confirmed.
We should have been. One can make the argument we should have sided with Hitler and fought Stalin. Patton said that. So, and maybe there wouldn't have been a Holocaust, right? But Stalin was awful by any metric, and we weren't his ally.
I don't know what's going on the Tucker show, but that's some wild stuff. Just reporting the news. I know he's CIA. Look, it's just like when Admiral Byrd goes on TV and he tells you about all the amazing things over on the other side of the ice wall. There's no way they would have let the guy on TV say all that unless they wanted you to hear all that. I get it. I understand how it works. Yeah, Tucker, CIA also. Yeah, Tucker. Yeah, we can go down that road too. But I just thought this interesting. Yeah, who is he? Meanwhile, you go on to the quote news that they want you to know about. Trump once again skates through the court systems, but just to show you how BS these stories are, this one from this is Fox. They was a $364 million fraud case that got tossed, right? And then Forbes had it as a $527 million case that got tossed. They can't even keep the lies straight. And of course, what does he do? He wears a hat because he's such a troll. Trump is right about everything. And then during the times when we had the other administration, follow along in the theater. Okay, it's theater. He even admits it's theater, and I'll show you that he does. But as we follow along in the theater of this. When he was trying to be president, they had that guy with the mustache, Bolton, going through his estate trying to prove that he was guilty of everything. And now that he skated off of those charges, shocking, spoiler alert, they went after Bolton. I have video of that. This is when they arrested.
They had concerns. The administration had concerns about Ambassador Bolton still being able to act.
Oh, I think that one's fake. I think that one's AI. I doubt he would stand out there shirtless. But this one's real. This one I found.
Breaking news. Apparently, the FBI has found the USB thumb drive they were looking for. Mr. Bolton was reportedly hiding it under his mustache. This is apparently the same technique he used to smuggle information in and out of the State Department. Apparently, it was President Trump who alerted the FBI to make sure they checked under his mustache. He said, and I quote, "Make sure you look under that son of a bitch's mustache."
What red dust rebel duster? What is that? Rebel duster? You think that's AI? I got taken again. Suffering succotash. Can't believe it. It's so hard to distinguish the AI now. Okay. Well, is this one real? Just so you know, we also follow along what's happening in the Q world. And just for the anons, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Do you understand what's been unleashed? They're not wearing ties. Not a single one. Right. I have no idea what that means, but that's happening. It's happening. The storm's upon us. Get your popcorn. It's about to get crazy. The ties are off. Whatever. I don't know. I guess I'm not an anon because only anons can understand, it says. So anyways, it's Casual Friday. That's funny, Marcus. Gee, you said it's Casual Friday. Why not? Why not? Shoot. Okay, what's next? Casual Friday at the White House. And then, see, Trump is right about everything. But here's the thing. They keep hitting him up with this ridiculous Epstein thing.
Is also sending some of the Epstein files over to the House
Look how disgusted he looks now, and anybody brings it up too. It's funny.
Oversight Committee today. Are you in support of them releasing all of them?
Keeping it open.
If they wanted to release,
people shouldn't be hurt, but I'm in support of keeping it totally open. I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be.
Wait, what? So he wants to keep it open, but at the same time, he's afraid of people that'll be hurt that are mentioned that shouldn't be. Okay. And what's next?
People, because he knew everybody in Palm Beach. I don't know anything about that, but I have said
he knew everyone. I don't know anything about that.
To Pam and everybody else, give them everything you can give them because it's a Democrat hoax. That's just a hoax. The whole Epstein thing is a Democrat hoax.
Right, because Giselle's in jail for trafficking nobody to no one.
So we had the greatest 6 months, 7 months in the history of the presidency, and the Democrats don't know what to do, so they keep bringing up that stuff. But it affected them.
Now, this is my favorite part, I think, of the whole thing. He's starting to look like James Woods. Maybe a little. I don't know. I haven't looked at James Woods lately.
Bill Clinton was on his plane and went to the island supposedly 28 times. I don't want to bring that up.
Well, it's a good thing he kept that to himself and didn't bring it up.
Frankly, you have Larry, whatever his name is, Summers, the head of Harvard, who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. Nobody ever talks about that. I mean, but I don't want to hurt Larry Summers.
Anybody else? He writes his own jokes. He's such a troll. It's fantastic.
But he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. No, this is a Democratic hoax to try and get the significance of what we've done over the past 7 months. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They say it's #1 in history. What we've done.
Okay.
Good idea.
Anyways, there's that. And then what else did I have him? Oh, breaking news. Coincidentally, she's getting released. And she came out with a statement. I don't recall ever seeing, this is about Trump, him in the House. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any appropriate settings in any way. And she also said this, the president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects. And what a coincidence that came out right at the same time that they're releasing her to like a minimum such and such. So it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all the show. It's put on there to make you argue and fight. None of these people ever go to jail. None of these people ever go to Gitmo and get hung for treason or any of that stuff that you read on these things. They all work together. They're all part of the same team. You can watch, who is it? Pick a famous person that, okay, what's the last James Bond, the really terrible one? I watched them blow up. What's that guy's name? Daniel Day-Lewis. No, that's the dude. That's the crazy Daniel Craig. I watched them blow up Daniel Craig with a nuclear weapon on an island at the last James Bond. It was terrible. Spoiler alert. In any case, he's still alive. Imagine that. So the characters and the scenes that we're seeing with these people, that's just all it is. It's all theater. It's all a stage. It's put on for you to make you fight and argue. Meanwhile, the agenda goes through regardless of who's president. So in any case, her character is now being pardoned in a way and at the same time pardoning the main character. So I thought that was an interesting plot twist. Didn't you, Ginny? That came kind of out of nowhere. So and then very important news is we're now getting the soccer the world stage here in America. We call it soccer. They call it football.
I may play.
You may play.
I mean, I see the money that these soccer players, we call it soccer, but I see the money that these soccer players are making. I may try and play. I'm a very good athlete. My son is a very good athlete. And he's
the greatest at everything. It's phenomenal to listen to.
Good soccer player. He's on the tall side for soccer. Yeah. He's 6'9".
Yeah, because he's part Nephilim.
That's pretty tall. But that's pretty tall. It's on the tall side. Good. It's on the tall side, but he's good. But no, I may put on shorts. I'm extremely good in shorts. And join the play.
Now, did you hear that? That was the interesting part of this that he throws in at the very end there. Enjoy the play.
Enjoying the play. No, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It just throws that in there. It's like, to me, it was a little bit off, just saying. So, all right, we're in the middle of this, but we got late people, tardy people.
I don't feel dirty. I don't feel dirty.
So anyway, so yes, Trump is now he's going to play soccer. In fact, there's video of him doing practice. I think that one's fake too, Jeannie. I think that one's fake too. Dang it. They keep catching me on these. He was wearing a tie. That was the first thing. He would have probably gone tieless. So, but this is real. And you wonder why, like in America, we have football where like they just slam into guys and it's just monstrous. Some of these hits. And this is soccer. And you wonder why this is never going to be popular in the United States. So, yeah, foosball. Okay, let's see. And Connor's here. I guess the bus has arrived, so it's good to see the buses here. Oh, and so besides being good at everything, including soccer, he's also good at grass.
One of the things we're going to be redoing is your parks. I'm very good at grass because I have a lot of golf courses all over the place. I know more about grass than any human being, I think, anywhere in the world.
How do you argue with that statement? It's fantastic. I know more about grass than anyone in the world. Yes, Joy. His humbleness. That's his greatest asset, isn't it? Yeah, his humility. Oh, shoot. He's never, but you got to hand it to the guy. He's always the best at everything he does. So, but I also found an interesting transition and he's talking about how good he is at grass, which was another term for marijuana, Mary Jane, weed. And this just happened. He's looking at rescheduling marijuana.
Reporting that the administration is going to reclassify marijuana. Would that send mixed messages that if marijuana is okay, some drugs are okay, but we're trying to clean up crime? How do they go hand in hand?
We're only looking at that. That's early, but somebody reported it, which is fine. We're looking at it. Some people like it, some people hate it.
So basically, he's telling this audience that within 2 weeks he'll make a decision on reclassifying marijuana. And, whatever fight you have in that, once again, don't forget, they say things all the time. Like, didn't Biden say he was going to get rid of student debt, I think, for the entire 4 years he was in office? And who knows if anything will happen with this. But I'll say this on the subject. I don't like regulations of government under any circumstance that they can tell you what plants you can grow in your yard. I think that's ridiculous. I know in the state of Washington, if you reclaim your rainwater, that's allegedly illegal, which again is silly to me. And so whatever side you fall on marijuana, the whole idea that there's nothing else besides the plant, any kind of pharmaceuticals, there's all kinds of chemicals that they put in there. Yeah, that's the proper way to say it. I say the H. You got a problem with that? And they add all these different chemicals that you don't know what's going to do to your system. And so the fact that this is just a plant and that's it, I don't think it should have ever been. The fact that you could, right through the craziness of the 2000s or 2020s and all that, you could buy as much alcohol as you wanted and they'll deliver it to your house. That's perfectly legal. But this plant is illegal. Seems odd to me. So, but we'll see what happens if he does anything on that. I just found it interesting because I figured my audience would really want to know. Why did he say that? I don't know. Okay, what's next? And I did want to talk about tonight. I touch on the Mandela effect. There's not really anybody that talks about it really anymore that I see. And so I do want to discuss a little bit of that tonight, but let's see. We'll come back to that. I think what I should do first is stop the screen share, see how you're all doing. And let me look at these tabs that I've got going here. Yeah, we'll probably go to that one. So we'll go there. Right above there. Okay. All right. How's everyone doing? We doing good? Enjoying ourselves? Where's my guy? He's in here somewhere.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
All right. Hopefully you are. And if you are, don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying the show. Appreciate it. And okay, what's next? Go back into here. You're making food? You got to tell me what you're making now, Connor. You got to make food. You're making food that you got to share with the audience, just so you know. That's the way it works. So, I'm having one of my most favorite, like me and Garfield, my most favorite dinners, lasagna. Lasagna. My beautiful wife is down there making lasagna. So, thank you. All right. What do we have? Anybody else have anything you want to comment on? Okay. Oh, Lucy got some explaining to do. Yeah, and when I started with the whole Mandela, that was one of the first videos that I put together when I started doing it. So let's see. I wasn't going to talk about that right. I think we should get scary space news out of the way. That's where I think we should go next. So let's do that. You all on board for that? I'm sorry? Yeah, David Z's been around forever. Yeah, forever. So, all right, let's do that. Let's SSN. Here we go.
This week in Scary Space News.
This one keeps making the rounds, and I just have to keep playing it every time, because the fact that we actually bought into this and it was real, it's, you know, that really is shame on us. Is this? I mean, other than the what do you call it, sound effects, the guy in this doesn't move at all. It's a dummy attached to like a radio controlled car or something. He never moves, not once. Just sits there like a lummox, and they roll this thing around. I totally see it's just all models at this point. That was weird. Something came up here. Anyways, and if you put it at a faster speed, let's try 1.5. I mean, that's basically what you would see here on, quote, Earth. So that was just such, now that I see it, it's really hard, impossible to see it any other way. And so I'll just continue to show these until eventually that little voice in the back of everyone's head goes, maybe there's something about this. The fact that these shoes are on the wrong feet. They don't look very airtight to me, but I don't know how their suits work. But they definitely are on the wrong feet. So there's that. I thought that was great. And then, like I said, the alien invasion is going to come across these.
That's in the sky right now, everybody.
It's going to be in the screens. And so whether we're seeing these things in the sky or not, I can't say. I've seen, my wife and I have both seen some really odd things. Obviously, I showed you the cloud in the beginning of the show. So whatever these things are, I just found it interesting because they don't look like a ship per se. They look more like that graphite stuff, you know, that they even show you sound waves affected. Like this thing. That's right. Demons. I don't know, but it's just weird that you're seeing these things in the sky and they're reacting the same way in my mind. So they pixelate out anyways. All right. So that is may or may not be going on at the theater near you. Then of course here's the James Webb telescope that keeps capturing all kinds of objects flying around, and they have all kinds of theories that they're nuclear powered or they're going through portals, or it's all just nonsense. But it's a slow rollout. You know, I'm starting to realize they're not going to, maybe they'll do a crescendo like Independence Day where we're invaded, but it seems like there's just this really slow progression rollout of all this alien connections. And just to keep you believing in space and aliens from outer space and forgetting there's a firmament and God's right here. Here you have a Harvard physicist, Avi Loeb. I'm not even going to say what tribe he could be from, but there he is in his glory. And he says this interstellar object is powered by somewhere in here. It's powered by nuclear power. Yeah. Nuclear power is the most natural way to achieve this. So because he's a Harvard scientist and he comes up with a theory that all those things I just showed you are nuclear power, then we believe it. I mean, that's how easy this works. You got a white coat or you got a label behind you and a plaque on the wall, and everyone just buys it. Meanwhile, now I don't know about this one, Jeannie. The reason I think this might be fake, it's supposedly a meteor going over Australia, but the video is not upside down. So that's what makes me feel it's a little sus. Oh, you know what? Do I have that Australia thing anymore? I hate to make them feel left out, my Australian friends. Guess it doesn't matter, and I already showed the clip. But it's my show. I'm going to find it for my Australian friends. Unless I got rid of it. Then I can't find it. It's not there. It should be right there. Okay. Well, moving on. I am moving on, sort of, very slowly. I lost my Australia. Dang. That was a good one, too. I think they went through here and arbitrarily knocked some of these out, didn't they? Oh. He found it. What? Yeah, that was like a satanic thing, too, wasn't it? I had to do that, yeah, in my past life. Oh, show me getting the bucket challenge? Yeah, no, instead we're going to watch this thing on Australia.
Crikey! It's news for Australia, Mike. Good eye. Here's your news straight from Australia. We once were a prison colony. Now we don't separate many colonies. I've lost my accent. Crikey! Those will notice. Wow. You'll have to learn how to drive on the roadside, but upside down. Bonza.
Oh, no. Got ruined by an echo? Dang. Yeah. Well, sorry about that. We'll get it next time with no echo. I won't make you sit through that again. But yeah, so look. I don't know what these things are. I no longer believe that there's outer space things that are coming down to Earth because there's a firmament. But whatever these things are, they exist within our realm. And that one just seems to keep on going. Connects to, there was one over in China. I like the way he says it. And then it's a very biblical thing that the nighttime became day. Look at that. Look how bright that is. And what the hell's going on there? You're telling me this is what they say. It's an asteroid or a meteor that created that? Can you see that? Look how bright that is. That's nighttime. It's crazy. Look at that. That's pretty fascinating. How bright that is. Day becomes night. I don't know. I don't know what's going on up there, but it's pretty wild. Look at that thing. What are we seeing falling down? No idea. It's just they lied to me about everything else. Why should I believe them on this? So that's going on in China, in Maoming City. That's the Guangdong province of China. I'm sure I said all of that exactly correct. And then I guess, is this tomorrow? Tomorrow, let's see. Yes. So tomorrow, a rare African-American moon will darken the skies and mark a celestial countdown. So on August 23rd, the moon will enter its new moon phase, becoming the seasonal, let's see, anyways. This only happens once every 33 months, of course. So there's that going on. And you can add all these up to biblical prophecies if you want, I'm sure. How about this one? September 7th and 8th, 7 billion people, if there's that many on Earth, will be able to witness the total lunar eclipse, and it turns red on that. So, which is, again, another thing that's talked about in the Bible. The moon does that. So, but science doesn't explain it properly, in my mind. The moon's not there, and then all of a sudden it's red, and then anyways, moving on. Scientists spot several stars that appear to be wrapped by Dyson spheres. That's that thing in the vacuum cleaner. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure that's an artist's rendition. I doubt they actually caught a picture of one. So that's what they say stars are. Isn't that starting to look more biblically like Ezekiel's wheels and stuff? I find it very interesting that it's starting to connect in some ways. They're a little bit of the truth is coming through their lie. So I found that pretty interesting. And then this same thing. This guy was allegedly schizophrenia, and in his jail cell they found all these drawings. And I don't know. See, he's got the same thing, the cosmic subliminal frequency and wave pattern. And so I don't know. I don't know what he tapped into. But there's a lot of stuff going on here. There's a lot of math in the world. And he's got his threes in there too. So a lot of math going on in the world. Always has been. Bible has a lot of math in it too. And this is absolutely real, this video, because NASA tells me that this is the view from Mars from Johnny 5. He's alive. And look at that. Is that a great painting or what? I mean, photo. So there you go. Proof that Mars exists exactly as they told us. And we're just specks of cosmic dust. That's the view from Mars. That's their view of space. Are you doubting this one? This one's real. The other ones were AI. And then I don't know. I don't remember this. Maybe I've forgotten it. But apparently, and I looked this up, it's all, quote, true. But the Curiosity rover sent back images of Sol F528 January of 2014. And this face is there. Now, maybe some people remember this. I don't. But why aren't we still talking about this? It's just like a rock anomaly. Is that what it is? You do remember that one? Yeah. I guess this is the raw footage. I don't even see it in this one. Where is it? Maybe that's why. Where is that? Weird. I don't even see it. For Biden. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's get out of this one. Okay. Forbidden knowledge. That's funny. My wife thought that said for Biden. Yeah, Planet of the Apes. That's where I saw this. They blew it up. They blew it all up. That was my best Moses interpretation, right? And this one was sent to me. I've a couple people, and thank you, Trevor and Terry, and others that send me things all the time. And this one I hadn't seen. So here's a tech bro, transhumanist billionaire Peter Thiel. He's going to hold a 4-part lecture on the series on the Antichrist. So well, there's that. But he's from the Transhumanism party. So, of course, he knows about the Antichrist. Wouldn't he be working for their team? Am I right down there? You're right. Thank you. Did he run for president, I think, of the Transhumanist party? I don't know. Yeah, right. Okay. Now, this guy, I've never seen him before. But the things that he says, you can look at him as a crazy person, like this particular meme here. Being awake isn't cool. It means having to dumb down 98% of your conversations every day so you don't sound like a lunatic. Okay. But then it still doesn't help because the 2% you talk, they still think that. And so this guy, he's talking about things that we have heard, these noises in our woods.
Physical beings that are definitely not like our animals up here come out of these spaces from inside the earth. I've seen in deep underground military bases, dogmen, like you would kind of describe them, some more humanized. And I think a lot of those were experimentation and genetic splicing. I think a lot of that was gene editing stuff.
And I believe that too. I've talked about that. I did a whole show on it, like the Dr. Moreau thing. And I was quoting from the original with Michael York and The Godfather, not the new one. But no, actually, Godfather was in the new one, the terrible one. In any case, I don't believe in that we have the power to clone, to create life. I think only God can do that. But I do believe they can do this gene splitting thing because They've done weird things with animals over the years. And if we truly are in some version of end times, God says, as in the days of Noah. And that's what they were doing back then, because they had all kinds of monstrosities. That's why he flooded the earth the first time. So the story goes.
That I've seen. But I do believe that some of these things are holdovers from the old days. They're the last of their kinds, and they've been breeding them, right? And I believe that that's the stuff that's prophesied that's going to come back out and cause the hearts of men to stop for fear of looking after these things that are coming up on the earth.
Because everything that we see in TV and movie, that's it. When the TV goes off or the movie ends, you go back to your regular life, and there's no supernatural, spiritual, weird world going on around you. And yet, if you were to listen to all these TV and movie shows like supernatural stuff, they're letting you know that, no, that's going on right around you, but you can't see it. Those that have eyes to see and ears to hear. And so eventually, because even though I believe that we've already gone through the original book of Revelations with the S, thank you for reminding me that. We're in the short season, little season, pizza of Satan. This is what I believe. And he's still going to run the same playbook. I mean, we're watching it play out. So Revelations is going to still happen to us here, just this other version of it. And so what he's saying is there's going to be creatures that are going to come out. I mean, look at all the people that Bigfoot is a real thing, whatever that is out there. There's other beings out there that we don't understand and can't even comprehend that live among us. And eventually we'll get to a point in history where all will be seen. And that's when, like he's saying, I believe, you're going to have some people just die of fright when they realize these things are real.
You know, that's why everywhere I went throughout my youth, I could go to these tunnels and these caves and call out, and I could hear them and they would call back, you know, and it's like, it's a seductive power that draws you back into it.
You could call out to them? Like, was it like a language or a sound or what?
Oh yeah, man. You can learn to call to them. You can go out here in these hills out here and do it. You can still do it tonight on these full moons and stuff. You can start calling out and you'll think you'll hear coyotes at first. And then all of a sudden it's a totally different, you know, it's a different sound that starts to resonate. And then it's a different one that calls off from over here, right? You got to understand, some of these guys that you think are just neighbors and stuff, or just people, this is what they keep in their barn. The stuff they keep.
That's a terrifying thought. But no, that sound, we've had that. And what's interesting is my wife and I have heard it because we've lived here for so long now. There's woods around us and we've heard it. We've seen some things. I've shown some of it on the show. I have a Bigfoot footprint that and different things that have happened around. But there was one particular day we had a bunch of our children over, and there was the weirdest noise coming from the woods. It was not a dog. It was not a bear. It was like, it was a howl, but it wasn't anything that sounded, it sounded like a person imitating a howl or something. And everybody at the party, everyone heard it. And in fact, they were actually thinking to get together and like go out there and go look for it. And I, by God's grace, I was able to tell them, no, that's not a good idea. It's because you don't know what you're up against. You're not going to fight him with like a pitchfork and yeah, you just don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I go out hunting for these things.
I understand completely, man. I was that being said, I got
That's funny. He went hunting. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend you call to him either, just so you know.
Hooked back into it with Timothy Alberino and Steve Quill and a lot of these guys when I was married, and my wife didn't know anything about this whole stinking world of who I was and everything else.
How'd you meet your wife if she didn't know who you were? You suckered her. You suckered her.
That's a way to put it, man.
She's still with you, so she loves.
Is there any more to that? Let's see.
Call upon the Most High, man, and He has delivered us. And I've never special recent.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
That being said, man, I do believe that there is a hierarchy, and you can call upon the Most High, man, and He has delivered us. And I've never had to fire a shot at any of these guys. I haven't had to take out their drones. I have seen supernatural intervention. I've seen their weapons jam in front of my face, like chapter in the book called Murder on Their Minds, where I talk all about it, man. I've seen Him provide supernatural miracles, because you got to understand, we're dealing with the fallen. We are not dealing with the Most High, and He owns a much more powerful arsenal. And let me tell you, at his word, all these nations, kingdoms, and thrones will bow. And it's an absolute reality. It's an inevitability. And so that's why I serve him, man, because I've seen what the power of covenant is. And I had a covenant with the law of sin and death before in my life, but now I have a covenant with the Most High of peace and life. And he's given me a new purpose. He's given me a family. He's given me a mission. He's given me the opportunity to do the things I dreamed of when I was that little.
So, isn't that great? Anna Banana Republic? I don't know. We tried looking. Did you find out who this guy is, Jeannie? No. So, yeah. Somebody might know in the chat, but if not, we'll keep looking. But I found it fascinating because two things. One is 100% we've heard these noises and seen things that cannot be explained. And the second thing is he understands that there's nothing that can overcome God, Jesus, and God. He's overcome the world. He's overcome everything. So there's no weapon that can you can bring forth that God can't defeat. And he figured that out, and that's a wonderful thing. So, and okay, Wendy, the winner, Wendy, she said it's Nathan Reynolds, and so did Rebel Cluster. So write that down. We'll look him up. I find it interesting. 13 bloodlines, families, Illuminati. And you don't believe a lot of his stories? Yeah, possibly. It's just interesting that he did call on the Most High. But yeah, it could be sus. We'll have to keep an eye on it for it. So he might have got saved. Exactly, Susie. We don't know. But just I found it interesting because he talks about the things that we've seen and heard out here. Maybe one night I'll show the Bigfoot pictures and stuff. I don't have them with me right now, but yeah, we've seen it. And I don't recommend you call out to these creatures. You don't know what you're dealing with, and that's my thought on it. I'd stay away from that. And God is all around constantly. Do you see it? Are you looking for the signs? Not all of them are as obvious as this. So the road got washed out. And if that bird hadn't flown right in front of his car, it almost looks like a dove. He wouldn't have screeched this hard and then rolled up this slowly. So that's pretty amazing when you can see it firsthand, God moving in your life. And when you use this idea and you go back through your life and you think about it, how many times did you have that near miss, whatever, and you thought you were just so lucky? But I believe now when I look back at all these things, God was there, of course, and he stopped these things from happening. Yeah, did some bad things happen along the way? Of course. That's just part of the nature of learning through here. You can't have your faith tested unless it's tested. But at the same time, he's kept you safe and alive all these years. And so even if you're dealing with something that seems above what you can handle, or you're dealing with some kind of pain or something that just, it seems irreversible, immovable, whatever it is, just know that you have God with you and you just call out to him. Don't make your life complicated. It's already wisely arranged. Believe in God and don't be afraid. What is yours will come. What is not will pass. Live with peace in your heart, not with fear in your thoughts, and you'll see everything will end better than you could have ever imagined. And that is whoever this is, Nozdrin. So, but yeah, that's it right there. That's why I did that thing, the end of the world, but I feel fine because I know God has me. I know no matter what comes my way, that he's there to take care of me and protect me. So, okay. And that's me. All right. Let's stop sharing here. Okay. What's going on here? Well, look at that. God bless you, Wendy. She gave out memberships. Look at that. You're a sweetheart. And did you want me to sign that silly thing? I will. Thank you, Wendy. So, Okay. And maybe I'll do another one. I'll have to put those new people in the hat for next time. If you guys are liking this, I don't mind doing that. It's fun. Okay. Let's go back over here. Where's everybody? Yes, I almost forgot about the lasagna. That comment was way back there, but yes. Heck yeah to what? Oh, to sign it. Okay, fine. Fine. So, okay. What is this? Mad Pax has seen a man on a motorcycle. A bird came out and stopped. Same idea, huh? Isn't that something? Yeah. So they sell a lot of Bigfoot souvenirs out here for reals. Did I just say for reals? I guess so. For reals. So, okay. Where are we at here? Okay. I think I got everybody there. It's a toss-up, isn't it, though? I mean, it's hard to go wrong with either one. And it's another food that I stand firm in saying you can have either pizza or lasagna, hot or cold. Uh-oh. Dogman's out there. Oh, shoot. What is this? Who's else going to watch this crazy stuff? Yes, right? Yeah, because we all understand. I haven't played them in a while, but we know why we're here.
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
The emotion in that scene just it chokes me up every time.
Bullshit.
Okay. All right. What's next? What should we do? Well, part of what I feel that we find ourselves in is what I used to call the short season, but they call it the little season.
Pizza.
And so what does that mean on the timeline? So when you look at the timeline, you've got, you got the history, and then you've got the poems and things in there. It's fun to read those. And then you've got Walking with Jesus, as I call it. Those are super fun stories. And then you have the book of Revelations with an S. And the thing is there's kind of two places in that. There's the original tribulations and God's judgment. And then after that, there's 1,000-year reign. And then after that, there's the little season.
Pizza.
And so, first of all, you have to believe in the book. But once you realize that it's fascinating and how it is a living word, that you can find so much truth in it. Once you find that, you go, okay, are we heading into tribulation and, or are we past that? That all happened. And now we're in the left behinds, because there still has to be people at the end of the book. Who are these people? So why can't we be these people? The chat is blowing up here. What is going on here? God bless you. You have mail coming here? Oh, thank you, Trish. Love you. And Dojo, like Wendy said, it's the last season. Yeah, right? It's the last season. I like that one. We would call it that. There's all kinds of colors coming in the chat. Thank you. So somebody has to be at the very end of the book. And I find it fascinating that most channels, there's more now that are seeing it the other way, but most channels and all pretty much religions that I see, all believe that we're heading into the first one. But I believe that all happened and we're the left behinds. And so we're heading into the second one. And some of the ways that I see it, and how, gosh, bless you all. Mad Pax. Well, let's do another signed banner I'll grab out of these names. Your name's in here, Mad Pax. And so is yours, Dojo. Yeah, let's do another banner. We'll do one more. Hopefully they're here. It's not going to get another banner. All right. What does that say? Stop it. Do you see this, Jeannie? No. It says Mad Pax. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. That's hilarious. You saw it. Look at them all in there. What? I don't know. Okay. So Mad Pax and Wendy. That's funny. That is so weird. What a coincidence. Wow. That is wild. Okay. Well, there you go, Mad. Don't be mad. You weren't left out. So you and Wendy. That's all I'll do tonight, though. But God bless it. That's wonderful. How fun is that? Yes. Don't forget, email me, ceilingfanman2020@gmail.com so I can get your address. So, and I got to get another one. It might take me a little bit because I got to sign it and send it to you, but I'll get it there. So, okay. My goodness. Yeah, God is great, isn't it? Okay, what was I talking about? Doesn't it? Or does it? Oh, I can't. It's hard to see from there. Oh, yeah, it is. Huh. I think it stopped. That sucks. Piece of junk. Where's this thing? What a piece of junk.
What a piece of junk. She'll make 0.5 past light speed. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid. I've made a lot of special modifications myself.
Satellite tracking continues.
So don't buy the clock. Rose got one. I hope hers is still working. Rose, let me know if your clock's working. Maybe I just put in a bad battery. It didn't come with a battery, so maybe it's not the clock's fault. So, and God bless you, Trish. Thank you. All right, you guys, you're very you quiet me down. You humble me to levels that makes me. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, where are we at? Let's see. Did we get okay? I think I got everybody. I believe. Yes. Okay. So you've got where I believe we are at is the little season, and so the reasons that I at least see, one of them is, let's see, do I have that little video anymore? It was, maybe it's over here. Let me grab it. It's one of these. Clickety click. It's not that one, not that one, not that one. It's in here somewhere. Maybe I've lost it. I've lost the thread of the show. It's not there. Yeah, I can't find it. But we can argue over pretty much anything nowadays as to whether something is real or not. And I mean, people argue over. I had a whole list. I can't find it. Let me see if I can find it. Short. It's not that one. Let's try. Oh, I'm still looking for something. Sorry. What? Am I still there? I'm still on air? I hope so. Here's it. This one. Let's see.
The ceiling fans?
Oh, it's not that one. Where'd it go? I can't find it now. Anyways, I had a whole list of things that people argue over, and it's everything. I mean, it's the sun, it's the moon, it's the moon landing. It's you can argue, you can pick any topic, and there seems to be a deception going on. And so that's one of the keys that I see, that there's never been a time in history where there's been, that much deception. And I wish I had the visual for that, though. That would help people understand what I'm saying. Let's try it again. Deception. Let's see. Click here. Okay. Well, this is good. I don't have to play it. I can just show it. Let's see. I'll go back here. Clickety click. We'll go. Here it is. There. Hopefully you can all see that. I mean, the news media, alternative media now, the FFs, moon landing, satellites, different things going on in the world, the shape of the earth, dinosaurs, evolutions, of course, giant pandas, birds. I'm not sure what that says. The calendar, because that's all been changed. Holidays, government, world leaders, contrails versus chemtrails, the sun, the moon. Are they plasma? Are they real? Space, how far away everything is, stars, what they look like, nuclear bombs, maps, photos of Earth, aliens, UFOs, gravity, war, sports, CERN, history. I mean, on and on and on. There's never been I believe, a time in history where people have questioned everything like this. So it totally feels like we're in the days of deception, because it says in the book that Satan will be released for this short season, little season, to deceive the world. And so there's got to be people left to be deceived. So why can't we be those people? That's the way I look at it. And so part of that, what I believe is happening, is the whole idea of Mandela effect, because there are certain things that are unexplainable. And even if you're somebody that likes, oh no, I don't believe in the Mandela effect at all, there's that one that, of the thousands of examples that are out there now, there's that one that you cannot explain away. And that's the one that I just tell everyone to hang on to and try to understand, that reality is not as we were told. There is no spoon, kind of thing. And things can change on a supernatural level that we don't believe is true. And so whatever caused it, I mean, like for instance, this picture that I had here, when I started researching the Mandela effect, I realized we'll actually never know how it's happening, who's doing it, and why. A lot of people point to CERN. And of course, I even feel I discovered this one, at least in my little circle of people, that the Mayans never existed. There's no N now. So even the name of the people that came up with the calendar. So you've got a radar anomaly over the Mayan heartland that matches the CERN collider, which is kind of interesting. And it matches the collider. And then there's this, which is the what was that one? This is the CERN crop picture from 2011. But in any case, could this have done something? I don't know. We'll never know. All I know is this: God is allowing these things to happen, and the only reason he's allowing them to happen is to use one more tool to try to wake us up to how our reality is not as we're told, and it's a spiritual battle that we can't fight alone. You're not going to do it with conventional weapons when you're going up against this kind of dark magic. And so however it happened, did they smash particles and open a black hole or a wormhole, or destroy the earth and we got shifted to another timeline? I can't explain any of it. I can't explain why some people hear it the quote new way and other people have only heard it that way their whole lives. And so none of it is no one can ever explain it, how it happened. What I can do is tell you this. Everything in this system, God has to allow. So if he's allowing it, there's a reason. And for me, the reason is to continue to remember that this is a spiritual battle, and it's more than just the stuff that we see. I mean, I can't even play this, but this was a Saturday Night Live skit that's called The New Mayan Calendar with an N. And again, go look it up. The Mayan calendar doesn't exist. It's always been the Maya calendar. And there's no N on this, even though they have it here, and they have it here in their graphics that go up the screen. And then they do a whole presentation on the Mayan calendar, and they say the Mayan word all the time with an N. And once again, like I tell you, it's never been that way. Here, I'll show you. We'll grab it real quick. Mayan calendar. Let's see. So I think this is pretty funny. So when you put into a search, AI, or as we call it on this channel, demon technology, actually uses the word I typed in, Mayan, the Mayan calendar. But when you actually look at it, no, it's the Maya calendar. The Maya calendar from the Maya people. Not your people, Maya people. So yeah, so if you remember the N, like I do, and pretty much everybody else, including the head writers at Saturday Night Live, if you remember the N, then you're wrong, because it's never been there. Ever. You're misremembering. See? That doesn't make sense. I'm not misremembering the exact same thing everyone else is. Just like what's that one word that, what was that one? We put in that weird letter for no reason, and it's not there anymore. I can't think of it. Are you down there, hon? Oh, she's out taking care of Dog Man. But yeah, this is pretty wild that you've got that letter missing. And so that's one of those ones that kind of stick with me. That's like, it doesn't make any sense. That it just is missing. It's just gone. And then, of course, there's the cornucopia of Fruit of the Loom that at least me and every boy I knew that had Fruit of the Loom whitey-tighty underwears or T-shirts, we saw this every day. And this cornucopia has never been on the Fruit of the Loom logo now. So that's interesting that they painted it wrong here. But yeah. Do you remember that word that there's that letter in there that we used to put in there and it's not there? We make it any. Well, Skechers, yeah, but no, there's some other word. That's all right. Is there any more coffee? Maybe. That'd be beautiful. Okay. So, where are we at? Let me go over here. This is my channel. These are my oldest videos. This one's wild because I captured two suns. That's not going to play. Experiencing eruptions. Let's see. And I had the song from The Incredible Hulk playing, but I got a copyright strike. So, oh, thanks, hon. Sweet. But I don't know what I captured here from a plane, and somehow the sun is yellow here. Maybe it's a reflection, but there's two. There's only, and when you see where I was, there's no body of water directly below me. You can watch this video. I'm not going to play it here. But I just found it interesting that if the white ball is the sun, how it changed in such a short area. So that was like my very first video 5 years ago. It was even older than that, I believe. But where'd it go? Let's go back here. Oh, hi, Kitty. Hi, Kitty. But this one freaked me out too. Is I captured what appears to be potentially the Matrix in the sky when I was shooting this anomaly that was happening, this lineup of planets. And I show where the park I was, and you can see this like tree and or what's left of that tree. And then one of the pictures that I got had that. And I didn't obviously see that when I took the picture, but you can see this almost like holographic hexagonal shapes in this. And very similar to like what they do on hologram decks and things like that. So I find that interesting. You could even look at was the new King Kong, where he was underground and he throws a spear into the dome, and you see this kind of pattern. So not sure what that was that I caught in the sky there, but that was pretty fascinating. But my first videos were Mandela related. You know, this is Judge Judy's gavel. This is the Lucy, you got some splaining to do, which she's now never said. She never said say goodnight, Grace, and she would never say. He used to say goodnight, Gracie, and she'd say goodnight, Gracie. Now she just says goodnight, which it's not even funny anymore. And the Silence of the Lambs, he didn't say hello, Clarice, when he meets her. And then, of course, my most popular video is my Timmy Fell Down the Well episode. 58,000 views. Jeez, I'm proud of that. But if you haven't seen those, check them out. And then, of course, the big one that I did was this one about the Bible changes. And it doesn't have very many views, consider. But I went over the changes that I'm seeing. Let's see. Where's that? Oh, maybe we just need to click on it. And I can't play it because the music strikes. But I have a little clip in the beginning where he talks about how they would slowly change religion by combining religions to the whole, one world religion kind of thing. And then I go through the different things there, but then it gets into the Mandela effect and the fact that everybody remembers the lying laying with the lamb. I mean, there's bookstores that are made called Lion the Lamb, not Wolf, but of course in the KJV now it says Wolf, and so now the wolf lays, or the wolf lives with the lamb, coexists with them. And so that was a huge one that people, and it's interesting to watch people take the upgrade and say it's always said that, because I didn't even know the Bible when I was growing up, and I knew that one. And when I read it, it was the original way. Well, when does it change? I can't tell you. I have a Bible here that's from the 1800s. And these from online were from the 1600s. But then when I got my old Bible, I was able to change some of the pages out to show people it's not just a digital thing. But this whole judge not lest ye be judged, it's now changed to judge not lest ye be not judged. So that one, it really kind of messes with my head as far as it doesn't make sense. This is the Bible that was gifted to me. And you'll see the changes in here, like with the Lord's Prayer. This is how I remember it with trespasses, and now it's debts and debtors. This one has trespasses also, but it's now debts and debtors. And what's interesting too is because if God actually originally said this, debts and debtors, then why the next line down here does he say, if you forgive them their trespasses? And this one says trespasses. It doesn't connect anymore. It doesn't make any sense. So, and this one hit me pretty big. Arise, take up your mat and walk was never said. It's take up thy bed. So you got that one. There's 7 instances of unicorn in the Bible. There's a whole scene where God says Moses is going to see his back parts. And in fact, there's a drawing of it on the Sistine Chapel. Yes, I took this picture. God showing you his back parts. So that's a real weird one. And then alien is in the Bible a bunch of times. What is this cartoon?
Reels.
Huh?
That word you're talking
Reels? You lost me. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Where was that? That was in a comment. I'll look for that. But this one I found was interesting because this change for me occurred right around 2020 when all that stuff was going on. And I remember this psalmist saying that there was a deadly pestilence, but then it got changed to noisome, which I find interesting because that's just like sound that you like read or hear or whatever, and there really isn't a pestilence, whereas this one was deadly. So I thought that was interesting because that happened right around 2020. Matrix, of course, is in the Bible. Where is it? Oh, this is bottles. You don't do wineskins anymore. They put them in bottles, which I don't even believe were around in those days. And then you got Matrix in here a bunch of times, which I think if I remember was the womb, but now it's called the Matrix. And then there's 2 men in a bed and 2 women grinding. This was 2 men in a field and 2 women grinding at a mill. So, and then of course, if you look for the word hallelujah, you don't find it. I think there is an hallelujah in one passage or so, but the word hallelujah, praise Yah, is not there. And then this one killed me because I send people the book of Job all the time. So I've read this so many times. And then one day this changed. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Never said now. Now Job says the Lord gave and hath taken. It's already happened past tense. And this is from my actual Bible. This is a picture of that page. So it makes no sense that I remember it this way, because it's never been that way. And then, of course, instead of being nailed to the cross, there's 3 passages where they hung him on a tree in Acts. There's all kinds of things. And then the one that really kills me is when he talks about the what is it? He shall crush your head and you shall bruise his heel. And now it's an equal fight. Now Jesus also bruises. And they actually call Jesus an it. It's terrible. It's blasphemous in my mind. Here, let me get this off the screen. And let me find that passage. He shall bruise his heel. All right, let's look that one up. 3:15. And we'll do it at KJV. Where's KJV? Okay. So now, for people that are still, and that's okay, I'm not here to beat you over the head. I'm just trying to show you examples. If you're still denying the Mandela effect, explain to me this change. And again, I just read the KJV. That's all I've ever read, and that's what I'm comfortable with. So here it is in the KJV. And any KJV you have at your house, you can look for it. This one kills me, because it now says, I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. Now, this is supposed to be he, Jesus Christ, the Son of God. It's not capitalized, and it's calling him an it. That's blasphemous to me. It shall bruise thy head. It was crush, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Now it's an equal fight. No, Jesus crushes his head. And everybody that has this passage memorized, even the pastors and stuff that I've been to their churches, they still say it this way, unless they've reread it and had the upgrade. But you're never going to get me to agree to this. This is not the way it was. It was not an equal fight. So, yeah, some people, Mad Pack, say, yeah, it started in 2012. It's hard to say because some of the changes go far back. Like my Bible's from the 1800s. It doesn't make sense that it changed. So, yeah. What is this nonsense, Anna Banana? Isn't it something? So, and I'm not here to scare anyone with these things. I'm here just like God does, show you these things are happening so you can get a better handle on how to fight this spiritual battle that happens on a molecular level that you can understand. I can understand it, but we're in it. And so we have to be ready for these things and not be taken aback by them when they happen. So let's see. Let me get out of this screen share. Let's see. Let's try this one. Clickety click. And it's not a popular subject. It's interesting. I talk about a lot of subjects apparently that aren't that popular. One of them, of course, is being in the little season. But if the Mandela effect isn't a way of showing that, I don't know what is. But like this was someone that I've done some shows with, but because I brought this up, he doesn't believe in the Mandela effect. And I'm not even sure I hear him talk about Jesus anymore either. But regardless, Russian Vids would play this at the end of his videos. Someone wrote this song. They put up John at 8:32. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Well, that's the way I remember it. And in fact, the other show that I did that they how do I get out of this? The other show that I did that they stopped talking to me was where'd it go? Clickety click. Yeah, this one. These guys. And same thing. I brought it up to them and they just turned on me and called me a heretic and all kinds of horrible things. But they have it wrong in theirs. Because now this is the truth shall make you free. It's never been set in the KJV. It's make. Oh, well, it depends on what version of the Bible you have. Fine, you can say that. But that's not what happened to me. If I'm only reading the KJV and I remember it one way and then it changes, you can't say it's an interpretation of a different version of the Bible because I'm still reading the same book. Just the words have changed. Did the word of God change? No. But the words have changed in the written book that I have. And that's not something that's easy to explain. And so am I ever going to be able to tell you how it's happening or why it's happening? No. But what I can do is show you these changes that I'm seeing. And like anything else, just report on it and say, hey, this is changing. I'm trying to find this screen I have here. Let's see. Is this one? Yeah. Yeah, and that's another one. That's a weird one. I mean, there's some really weird changes in there that really bother me. The great falling away is it when the majority of the church justifies the supernatural Bible changes and demonizes those warning them about them? I mean, we were told to look out for these things, and so I'm looking out for them. But no, the fact that it says in Deuteronomy, it's an abomination for a man to wear a woman's garment, and then Moses puts girdles and bonnets on Aaron's son. Read them. They're in there. It doesn't make sense. Am I saying don't read the Bible? Absolutely not. I'm telling you the opposite. I'm telling you get your face into it now before it changes so much that it's you won't notice all these different changes. See, I remember Jacob in the Bible, Genesis 32, like all these people do, wrestling with an angel, or some people remember God himself, but definitely wrestling with an angel. Every single depiction of Jacob is wrestling an angel. Every single picture, photo, painting, story. Now, he wrestles with a man. I don't get that. That one's weird. Yes, people have turned the Bible into a graven image. You're right, Ann. That's the problem. We have the living word of God. His voice and his meanings and everything still come out of that book. But he also is allowing it to be changed so we can see it to maybe wake up to the times that we're in. And I think that the Bible changes are the most important. There's a, where'd it go? What happened to me was part of my journey was I came across this Let's see, where can I find it? I think it's on the first screen here. 100. Here it is. I came across this video, and I've shown it before, but now the video and the channel are gone. I looked for them today, and I couldn't find them. But this was the video that took my breath away, and I spent at least 2, maybe 3 days kind of breathless, wondering, you know, my existence and all that, because I didn't understand what was happening. When I saw these changes, like this was a big one. The fact that the Scarecrow has a gun now. They all have weapons. He's got like, I think he has a giant hammer and his net. And then the Tin Man now has like a humongous cartoon wrench. Right, Sticks for TNT? It's like a cartoon wrench. And, oh, wait, what happened over here? You guys, you're doing this again to me. Love you all. Let's see. What does this say? From the chat room to you, thank you and bless you. Oh, you're very nice. You're very sweet. I do. I adore my fans, my chat. I never really thought I wanted to do this, but I do like the live audience. So, and you're all so kind to me, and I appreciate it very much. But yeah, the Tin Man had an axe. Now he has an axe and a wrench. Have you seen that? He's got this gigantic wrench. And let's see, that's his number 3. Now, see, and I thought the whole reason they call it Mandela effect is because this guy, I remember watching a funeral and a bunch of stars come out and stuff, and because he died. But apparently, at some point, no, that story was misremembered. He came out of jail and he became president and stuff, and like a whole new timeline started. There's people that you think die, and then all of a sudden you read about them in the news and they're still alive. It's weird. I can't explain it, but that's what I've been seeing. And the what do you call it? Who are the YMCA guys? Village people. Now there's another guy. There's a black military guy. Not in my timeline. There's some macho men there, I'm telling you. But yeah, go watch the. What's that? But yeah, there's a. Anyways, what is this? What happened? Something happened in the chat I should know about or no? Oh. Okay, we're good. You keep an eye on the chat, Jeannie. Whatever's going on in there. I don't know. Maybe I just misread it. But go watch this video if you can stomach it. And this guy looks like he's just been added in, and I can't explain how he is, but he's there. Scarecrow has a gun. I have a video on this. She never said mirror, mirror on the wall. She's only said magic mirror. Oh, well, you're remembering the book where she says mirror, mirror. No, I never read the book. I just remember the movie. And this is weird to me. I'm just looking at this now. Can you see this, Jeannie? Did you remember that there's the horoscopes on here? Look at that. Can you see the screen? The Wicked Witch? Oh, who kicked you off? Does anybody else remember that? No. That's weird. The horoscopes are on the wall. And that's another weird one. See, is that the goat right there? It's hard to tell. One of these is the goat. Because that's a Mandela effect too. If you're a Capricorn, you're now a goat fish. If you didn't know that, go look it up. It's no longer a goat. So nobody else noticed this before? Is this weird? Yeah, it's like a Stargate, but it has the horoscopes over it. That's weird. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just weird. I've looked at this picture. I can't even tell you how many times. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, weird. Anyways, but she never says mirror, mirror. And then Tony the Tiger, I remember having a black nose. I mean, you can go through all these. I'm not going to go through them all. But it's enough, you guys. I'm trying to do a show up here. My goodness. So anyways, this was the first one. This one got me. Because I remember this as Berenstein just every day of the week. And now it's always been Berenstain. Even the family name is Berenstain. I don't know. I don't have any dog in this fight. I don't remember about when Gene Wilder died. But I do remember Double Stuffed Oreos having 2 Fs. And Seth MacFarlane, McFarlane is now MacFarlane. That's a weird one. She's never said fly my pretties fly. She just says fly, fly, fly. And there's 6 people in this car instead of 4. And Oscar Mayer is now Oscar Mayer. I mean, I even know the song to tell me that one. It's got a song for you to remember the letters correctly, but it's always been with an A. So, and then of course, look at this. He's always had a gold leg and now he's got a silver one. So that's some weirdness going on. What's up? Oh, we have to separate from the screen for a second here. How do we do this? There we go. We have a special visitor. Come here, you. Yeah. There you go. Get him off, Sarah. Get him. You already got that one. Get that one. What's all over your face again? Where have you been? Where have you been? You want to fight on air? We can fight. No? All right. You want to go? Okay. All right. See ya. There you go. Cat hair all over me. So yeah, so that's why I like discussing that, is to
the F.
Oops. Is to showcase that this is happening, whether you believe it or not. It's happening, and it's happening at a level that we don't understand. And so, again, did CERN do it? I don't know. Is however it's happening, God is allowing it to happen. Why is he allowing it to happen? It's to wake us up to realize that we've been lied to, that this world is not as we know it. It can change on a supernatural level that we don't understand. And these are just some of the examples. Why are all these things changed in movies and culture and things like that? Because people resonate in different areas. So why not have it happen across the board in music and TV and video and whatever? And it's even happening in nature. You can see things that have changed there. And it's because who knows where we're all sitting with our focus. So God's allowing it to happen across the board. But at the end of the day, it's to wake you up to the fact that you're living in a supernatural world that can change in a way that we don't understand. Because we're in a spiritual battle, and you're not going to fight it with conventional weapons. And these are just ways to remind you of what's happening. None of it is to make you nervous or worried at all, but it's just to wake you up. Even if you're not, like I said, believing in all these, there's going to be at least one that's going to resonate with you and go, I don't understand how that's possible. And yeah, I'll have to show the whole video. Let's see. Yeah, that. Oh, we got more colors. Add packs. Thank you. Oh, here. Praise Jesus. Ania, thank you. God bless you. Look at that building you got on your thumbnail. That's something else. But yeah. And what do I have here? Where'd it go? Oh, did I close it out? Shoot. All right, let me get it back. Where'd it go? Clickety click. It's one of these. What is it? That one.
Someone should get fired over this, right?
There she is. Okay. Let's go back into here. And Clickety click. Oh, if I do it that way, there won't be sound. Okay. So we have to do it this way. I believe. Well, let's see. Let me do it this way and see if there's sound. It is. We'll go here. We'll go clickety click here. And video. And then where the heck would it be? Mandela. Oh, we're not going to be able to find it that way. So we'll do it this way. There. Can you see that? Hopefully there's sound. Maybe you can't see that. There you go.
Someone should get fired over this, right?
I had a whole series of videos that I said someone should get fired over this, because in order to, let me know if there was sound on that clip, in order to get something on TV or movies or wherever, someone's got to write it. A bunch of people have to like read through it. They have to like edit it. They have to shoot it. They have to do all these different things. So many people see this before it ever gets onto the screen or the TV or wherever you're going to see it, that one person you think would have raised their hand and said, hey, we've got this wrong, but that never happens. So was there sound? 6 of TNT says check, I think. All right, I'm going to go with it. There's sound. So like this, the best Batman. Well, actually, Michael Keaton is the best Batman. But this was one of the things that got me before I even knew about the Mandela effect, was that the dollar signs always had just a single line in it. And yet I remember it with 2 lines. And so does Batman. So does this show that we were watching.
So besides shows you can watch on YouTube, there are movies. So I put on a movie.
And see, they have it wrong on there. They got 2 lines in it also. Again, the way I remember it. Then they had this one.
We watched the new season of Reacher.
This was Reacher.
Uh-oh.
And there's a thing when I was growing up in school, it was called Cliff Notes. And if you didn't want to read the book, or if you didn't find the time, you didn't make time, you get the Cliff Notes, and they give you a synopsis, which a lot of times would actually get you past the class. But then the teachers started getting smart, and they started reading the Cliff Notes, and they started asking questions that weren't in the Cliff Notes. But now it's no longer been Cliff Notes; it's Cliff's Notes. There's like another S in there, but he says it wrong.
Oh, France. Uh-oh. Give me the Cliff Notes. Oh.
See, Cliff Notes. But there's now another S in there.
So we thought we'd watch the new Monk movie. And then, suddenly, there was a problem. There's too many lines in those dollar signs. Monk doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. Because they should only draw 1 line, not 2. So how much you get fired?
There, see? 2 lines in those. So you got that. Is there sound, Jeannie? Just make sure.
Bats. We should have brought our camcorder to capture her reaction like they do with Publishers Clearinghouse.
Now, Publishers Clearinghouse never had Ed McMahon as a spokesperson, and he never walked checks to people's doors. So the fact that she just said she'd be like Publishers Clearinghouse and then says this.
You could use my phone, but you've lost your my phone privileges. I have never felt more like Ed McMahon.
Why would she say that? He never did it. Never did it.
It's up, man. They don't fit. You know what I'm saying? They kind of.
Yeah.
And I remember this guy as Flava Flav. Flava Flav. He's now Flavor Flav. He's never been Flava Flav.
It's up, man. They don't fit. You know what I'm saying? They kind of.
Yeah, I gave my looks a new flavor.
De la Vega flavor.
Remember when Flavor Flav had that reality show?
I'm Flavor Obama.
I'm trying to get that Flavor Flav. Just getting ready to kick some mad flavor in your ear.
Don't Flavor hate participant.
Silly man.
He's got the dollar sign, so it's a double.
The weird and strange things he sees. Silly man, sharing them with you.
Beautiful voice. Voice of an angel. Yeah, it's Flavor Flav now. Yeah. And then these two again.
Past this show, and this lady is very confused. And I'm sure glad that Lily Tomlin helps her.
This pain in my red blood thing.
And it's on that side.
Thank you.
And if you don't know that one, your heart is now dead center in your chest. It was never over on your left side. Your hand over your heart that you remember as a kid. No, that's changed. Same thing with this movie. The guy was deciding the best way to shoot him. He's going to aim for the heart, and he decides as he's looking in his mirror.
His heart be on the left, but in the mirror be on the right. Of course, we is both facing the same way, and the gun is upside down. So.
But why would he say that if the heart's never been there? Because that's the way we remember.
Lest ye be judged.
Where did you get that?
Doesn't the Bible say, judge not, lest ye be judged?
I know judge not lest ye be judged, but gross.
That we judge not, lest we be judged.
You judge not, lest ye be judged.
But doesn't the Bible teach us, judge not, lest ye be judged, Reverend?
Judge not, lest ye be judged.
How could all these shows get it wrong? And not one single person said, hey, we've got the passage wrong. We need to fix it. Not one. Not once.
When the lion will lay down with the lamb.
There is no sorrow and suffering. The lion lies with the lamb. And the lion.
And this one, I got the copyright on last time, but he's reading from the Bible.
Shall lie down with the lamb.
He's reading from the Bible. He's reading the passage. So you can't say he's misremembering it. And why did no one on screen or off screen or in the writing process or in the editing process say we got this wrong? It's supposed to be Wolf. Not a single person.
So we're watching this movie, or trying to, and then they came to this. Yeah?
Hallowed be thy name.
Right?
Thy kingdom come.
Right? Fire.
Let's see.
As it is in heaven.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
Trespasses. Trespasses. Same with this one. Hear the sound, because it's in another language anyways. Hallowed be thy name. Let's see, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. On earth, which, by the way, that's a change too. If you read it now, it says in earth, which makes no sense. But then he then says, give the daily bread and forgive us our trespasses. And she says it with him. We actually went to my wife, someone that she knew. They were having a funeral service for this person that she knew in her life. And the entire church, with no guidance, said the Lord's Prayer and said it with trespasses. The entire church. And there was over 100 people there, wasn't there, hon? Easily. I don't know if she's here. She's watching another show. That's what I always say. Oh, wait, what happened? Did they get rid of it? Is that all of them? Let's see. Let's see.
Wrong. And blessed in the ancient Mayan tradition.
In the ancient Mayan tradition. He said it wrong. What's next?
No one cares about the math, bro.
No.
And this one, same thing. I think it's around here.
What if his theory actually checks out?
Come on, bro.
Yeah. It's called, look at that.
The Mayans.
She said it wrong. There's no N in Mayan.
So we were watching this show the other day, and what happens?
Mirror, mirror on the wall was never said.
In fact, wallpaper will be so cheap that when you put up wallpaper, it'll be intelligent. Wallpaper will be as intelligent as your computer today. In the future, you'll go up to the wall screen and you'll say, mirror, mirror on the wall.
Now, they actually even showed the clip, and he said it wrong. Why would he do that? Why would they allow that to happen? He's supposed to be a really smart guy.
Savings in what looks a lot like suicide note to Sharice.
Like the fire's the second death.
What?
It's a verse from Revelations.
Revelations with an S.
Heavenly Father, you showed us where two or more are gathered.
It's no longer two or more. It's now two or three.
So I was told about this show called Firefly. Put it on
And this one, a picture's worth 1,000 words. The VW logo, the way I've always remembered it, had no separation between the V and the W.
lo and behold, a few minutes in, what do we have here?
Like that. That's the way I remember it. And obviously that's the way this show remembers it. But it's never been that way. There's now a separation line between the two of these. So, explain that one. You can't. Where are we? You can't. Not with the way that we were taught in the world. You can't explain that away. So what's the takeaway? Who's doing it? How are they doing it? Why are they doing it? I can't tell you any of those answers, but I can tell you that God is allowing it to happen. And if he's allowing it to happen, it's for our benefit in some way. And I just use it as a takeaway to know that we live in a supernatural world, that things change on a way that we don't understand. And God's real and he's right there. And all you have to do is just make that relationship with him. Because when you get into this, where are we? Let's finish up these tabs. Clickety click. See, this to me is God's judgment. I don't know when it happened or
in Cambodia,
or how many times it's happened, but you can see these things have been destroyed on a level like, look at that. That looks like some intense type of heat from either above or below or a combination. Darkened and melted these buildings in a way that that we can't explain. When were these built? We don't know. When were they destroyed? We don't know that either. But look at that. So we're in a found world that we don't know who put these together and we don't know when they got destroyed. But one thing I can tell you is God says that there's going to be judgment coming. And like, look at this one. This is, let's see. Oh, wait, not this one. Oh, we'll go on to that one later. But God says that there's going to be judgment, and he says it's going to come right away. I mean, when you look at the passages, you know, here he's talking about these towns that Jesus is in. Come on. Where is it? Woe unto thee, Chorazin. Woe unto thee, Bethsaida. For if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I say unto you, it'll be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. And thou, Capernaum, which exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. For if thy mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. But I say unto you, it'll be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee. So he's talking to these people right in front of them, saying, you guys, it's not going to go well for you. He's not talking about 2,000 years in the future. He's talking to these people. I don't see how, once you see it this way, I don't see how you can see it any other way. Here's the Pharisees and the Sadducees, right? He answers them, and when it's evening, you say it'll be fair weather and the sky is red, and the morning will be foul weather, for the sky is red and lowering. Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the sign of the times. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. There shall be no sign given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas, and he left them and departed. He's talking to them. He's not talking 2,000 years in the future. He's talking to a group of people right in front of him. What's the next one here? These are all in Matthew, because I was reading Matthew and came across these. So here he goes. And, uh-oh. Am I still on air? Okay. Something happened on the computer here. Okay. He's talking to a group of people again, right? O generation of vipers, how can ye bring evil and speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart of the mouth speaketh. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. But I say unto you, every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Then a certain of the scribes and Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. He answered them, an evil, adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. There shall be no sign given but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was in the belly 3 days and nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation and shall condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonas, and behold, they're greater than Jonas is here. The queen of the south shall rise up in judgment with this generation and shall condemn it, for she came from the uttermost place of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, a greater than Solomon is here. So again, I don't see it as he's saying 2,000 years from now. He repeatedly tells them this generation. Where therefore be a witness unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill up the measure of your fathers, ye serpents, ye generation of vipers. How can ye escape the damnation of hell? Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some shall scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel into the blood of Zacharias' son Barachias, whom you slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. I don't see how you can't see it any clearer than that. Then there's this one. Once again, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass until these things be fulfilled. Why would he say that to people that he's talking to if he didn't mean them and he meant 2,000 years in the future? Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass. Does that mean that we're not going to go through tribulations? Absolutely not. That means we're going to go through some version of it, but the original judgment and 1,000-year reign of Christ and rapture and all those things that people have been waiting on, I believe, have happened. And now we're in the little season pizza, and the Mandela effect and all these things that we're learning about are ways to wake us up. So that way, when these creatures or whatever the heck is coming, we don't have our heart fail because we're not ready for it. If you're at least listening to this channel, on some level, you believe some of the things I say. But obviously, whenever I talk about God and the Bible and all that, the numbers dump down and come back. But it's fine. If you're not ready to hear that part of the information, it's out there. You have to decide to let it in. I was trying to say it slow enough so I could get it. Here he is.
Information's out there. All you have to do is let it in.
That's very true.
So that's all this is. That's all this entire channel is hopefully I can kill a few hours of your time. Maybe you had some laughs. Maybe I brought up something you were going to think about. You'll look into, you'll research yourself, and meat and bones. Figure out what I'm saying. If it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, look it up. See if I'm right. Try to find the examples to prove me right or wrong. Do your own research on this and figure it out. Because at the end of the day, if you make that connection to God, then it all makes sense. The truth will set you free, and it does. And that's why it's the end of the world, but I feel fine because I have God in my heart. I know he's with me. I know that I'm still going to go through troubles. That's just part of life. But it also shapes us into who we are. It makes us the person that we're supposed to become, the person that God sees in you that you don't even see in yourself. And when you think that the world is just dumped on you and you're hurting and you're sick or you're worried or you're fearful or just everything's crashing down on you, that's part of this. I can't get rid of the negative parts of it. I can just help you through them. And by letting you know that God hasn't checked out, and that in those moments when you feel that you can't handle it, that's when you're supposed to reach out to him even harder. You're not supposed to like walk away from him and say, well, why'd you do this to me? No, if you want your faith tested, he has to allow things to come your way to see how you're going to handle it. And if we are in a spiritual battle, which we are, and that whole passage about armor up and put on the full armor of God, it's not a fairy tale. It's real. And the only way you can put on the full armor of God is by giving yourself over completely to him. But understanding that he's here, he gave you your life, he knows everything about you, he's helped you and saved you along the way. And if you're having trouble with that right now, and if you're saying, well, why did he allow this to happen in my life? Why did he allow that to happen in my life? I can't answer those questions. He can. And you just need to spend time with him and talk to him. He's right there waiting for that relationship. If you have the Bible, great. But if you don't, you can still make that connection. Reading the Bible is going to help you understand things as they come at us. But make that connection if you can tonight, if you haven't done it. Try not to dismiss everything I say. It's not about religion. They want us to fight. It's not about religion. I'm not religious. You can make that same connection to God as I have. All right. I think that's good. I think it's all I can. And dinner's lasagna is ready. Now I have to go. Okay. But thank you all. All right. Thank you. And I'll end it with this and say, dear Father in heaven, please continue to watch over us and guide us through these times. Help us and heal us when we feel that we're unjustly being targeted, or if we feel we can't get around the objects or obstacles that you've put in, allowed to show up in our life. Please, we ask you right now, send the Holy Spirit and comfort us and walk us through these trials and tribulations that we're in. And if we can't get through it, take us through it or do it for us. We need you now more than ever. As people continue to go through these times and realize that the world gives you so much fear, and yet God tells you have no fear. And so once you can make that connection, the fear goes away. And we ask that everyone will be able to understand the same ideas and truths that we now see, and find not just the truth of you, but how amazing you are as far as your patience and how much love you have for us. And we thank you for that. We thank you for our life itself, and continue to guide us through these times and keep joy in our hearts as we wait for our loved ones and friends and family and others to find the same answers. And we thank you for being in this time and allowing us to see what we see. And thank you very much for all of our blessings. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. That's it. That's all I got tonight. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did, please hit that like button, share, subscribe. Thank you for all of the wonderful donations and super chats and all the colors that came up on the screen. You are so wonderful to me. And I feel very blessed to have such a loving fan base. And I have 2 banners I have to sign. And more than that, I think that's all I have in the tank. And so thank you again for everyone being here. You get this, he says with a knife in his leg.
Class is dismissed.
Okay. God willing, let's do this again next Friday night. And again, thank you all for being here. And I think that's all I have. We just have the outro. So have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon. Good night and God bless.
I'm the satellite.
$500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.